Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Luck throwing again. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
The Colts on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Again, Luck. This goes out right to Doyle. And he's got the first, but we also have a flag on the field. And they're already walking backwards. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Throwing again is Luck. He's got it to Hilton. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg, maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard, that's about it. But as long as he's booting him the way he's booting him, keep going, big guy.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. On 2nd and 9, Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. A big play that time for the Raiders, and even 50 yards. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. They've been a little slow out of the gate. We've seen that. But that one big play, that could spark a big burst right here.
Now Kamara. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd and goal, Carr. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line.
One thing they definitely like about this youngster is his motor. He is full throttle on each and every snap. Loves to get after the quarterback, and that has to feel good to him right there. His first career sack.
A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's 3rd and goal. Carr, they'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Alvin Kamara, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
A reminder coming up tonight, a tough ticket in New Orleans. The Cowboys in town to take on the Saints on Sunday Night Football. Then tomorrow night, Charles and I will go to Pittsburgh. Bengals and Steelers, two teams, well, they don't like each other very much. That's well documented. That starts at 8:15 Eastern as we close out the month of September.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
And now look at him go. The 20, 10, touchdown Indianapolis. Marlon Mack, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. It's complete to Grant. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Carr completes it. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Second and 12 at the 42-yard line.
What now? 180. Push him back. Push him back.
On second and 12, Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Throwing his Carr on third down. He gets it to Brown, complete. Brown, his first catch. It's a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And that is incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And this one is right down the middle. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Here's Locke. They'll try and set up the screen to Hines. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Look out. 1, 6, 7. You got 3. 1, 40. Easy. Alert. 12. Smooth. Go. 95's Mike.
From the gun, here's Locke. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw his Carr. He's going deep for Brown. And this will be caught at the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 51 yards. A good grab there by the former Central Michigan man, Antonio Brown.
And he ate up some real estate on the catch too, didn't he? I think the most impressive part of it, though, if there's a chance for him to get the football, even though he was covered well, he somehow finds a way to get it.
Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one. Carr now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Now Carr. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two. All right, folks, eager to get back to this Week 4 matchup. We won't put up a fight. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just... Shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They start the second half with Kamara. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
They run it again with Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
To throw on 3rd down. Carr. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
First down, Raiders.
Down. You ready? Kill.
Here's Carr to throw. And that is incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
93.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Anthony Walker coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
6:37. Hey, Wood.
From the gun, it's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 20-yard line.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They begin the drive with Hines. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run again with Hines. Big hold of the 30. And some room to run now. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, 81 yards. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Well called, well blocked, and then he just made a great play. That was an athlete going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness, too, of just getting there and taking off and going? For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now this time, Carl throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. Carr now, 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10.
Heavy. 36. It's up. 29.
From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Carr, and he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to get it to his running back, Alvin Kamara, and it's 3rd down. Well, those two have hooked up for a touchdown once already in this game, that time unable to find the completion.
Yeah, it just appeared they wanted to get him out into open space and try and get him the football. As you mentioned, unable to connect.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me. Check your heart rate. Watch the safety creep. Raider 9.
On third down, here's Kamara. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Carr now on first down. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Raiders on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 8.
694.
Now Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. A run by Mack to start the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
On second down, here's a run with Mack. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Here we go, G.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
11. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Now a play fake, and it's locked. He'll dice some time right. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. So the solid run on first, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all on your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Monday. You got tight right there.
Luck gives this one off to Mack. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Hello, partner. Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for this with Mack. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
Crunch. Mexico. Hey, check. 12. Go ahead.
They snap it to Locke. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big way.
Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones.
93.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Toss play, Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. I guess they're in a situation now, 4th quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted, and if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Carlson able to put this one through. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the fourth. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's a handoff to Hines to begin the drive. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the fourth quarter. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Strong right. He's going. We got double up.
They run with Hines. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now it's Luck. This is caught. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to run with Mack. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Check hot, bro. Hot. Check Reggie.
They'll run it with Mack. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and the lead is up to 5. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Back to throw, Carr. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
29.
He's back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but now it's third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Back to throw. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. One final try now for Carr. The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that...